Well, hello there guys, welcome to Oriental Empires. The journey continues. We've got some negative news, and that is the sickness, but this is actually occurring in the land of Ba. Now the Ba are our vassals, but I don't like how close they're getting to our settlements. Another larger issue we have is the fact that we've got bandits roaming the plains here near Chengdu, and they look pretty vicious. So I'm going to actually go ahead and get another unit here in this Chengdu army. I think we're going to go ahead and go for the nobles once again. Nah, let's go for the peasant long spearmen. And at this point, I'm going to take everybody in this army. And I'm going to basically force them to attack this bandit horde. It's just too large of a bandit army. We can't be worrying about these guys. It's a definite problem. So I'm going to go ahead and charge in there and hope that we get an attack. We've also got this army, and they're also on the way back here. But we're using this unit to kind of explore the rest of the territory. And in the meantime, we will head back to town. It could be time to start building some more, possibly some more towns. We definitely want to start connecting Yisheng with the rest, but it's going to be easier said than done. And obviously we've got also these other armies here that, despite being in our territory, we can't declare war on them, or we can't attack them, even though we usually can because we do have a fraternal harmony pact. But I don't like the fact that they keep attacking us. It's really kind of unnerving. And let's just hope that we can get back to these locations easily and without too much fuss. There we go. And of course, we've got the Battle of Chengdu, and this is going to be our men. There's no actual feudal lord here except for our nobles that are going to be leading this battle, so it's really up to the nobles to get us a victory here and do a good job, show us that they deserve the titles that they hold. And here we go already. We're in a nasty fight. Come on, boys. We can get the men. And actually, they're managing to kill a few of these nobles, guys. That's not good at all. This is definitely a nasty bandit group, and they have had some experience for sure. Looks like we're getting some kills. You can actually see a few of them dropping. There they go, retreating. There's still more bandits, though, and I'd love to get some extra kills here, because that army is not just going to disperse after one battle. At least I highly doubt it. Get the men. Yes, the glorious pickaxe. There we go. The enemy's going to have to run away. Beautiful, guys. Now, of course, they've left Chengdu province, but they're probably going to go regroup somewhere else, and probably within our realm. The fact is, when there's bandits, it proves that our economy's not doing well, and obviously we can't have that. Don't forget, guys, to share the playlist I'm going to put down below, and make sure to watch the other episodes in this series if this is your first time watching. So there we go. Sure enough, what did I tell you? That bandit group has regrouped, and they're definitely going to keep on trying to take land over. And right now, they're in very, very profitable land. This is actually where we have our rhinoceros, our group of rhinoceros. I have no idea. But we're actually going to go ahead and send this guy back, and we're going to keep chasing them with this army. We're also going to try to grab them with the army at B, as you can see here. And I'm also going to build some things to improve our settlement. So here at Jiaming, we don't have any actual buildings. It might be time to build a bazaar. This will allow us to help trade around the area here. We also want to get some farms going over here. Whenever we can get farms going, the better. But we also need to start building buildings in our other villages, or other towns, villages, etc. So that's what we're going to do. Now, we have enough to build quite a large structure at P, our capital. I'm just not sure if now is the right time. I think we might be better off going ahead and improving the areas around P. So we've got a weaponsmith here, a boyer, an armorer, a foundry. Once again, I'm trying to focus on the civic buildings, but I think we'll get an armorer here. Why not? Let's check it out. Let's see what happens when we get one. Of course, we'll keep building here, and we're going to end our turn as these guys head back to camp. Of course, not all of the men are heading back. Some of them are headed out to hunt bandits, and that, of course, is a high priority in this particular area. Let's go ahead and see where the stack is. Okay, so this stack has to keep searching, and it looks like some of our Zhu friends, they're neutral, but we're not at war with them, are around, and they're also looking in this area for other possible routes. I'm actually going to go this way, get a little closer to my actual landmass, and end the turn. And here we go, the Battle of P. Oh my goodness, they might be going all the way to the capital. Is this possible? I think it is. We're going to have to attack them across the river. And if we could catch them on both sides, that would be amazing. That would be a definite victory. Get rid of all of these bandits. These bandits, of course, the tragic part is most of them are our own people that have given up on the tough life on the land to seek out a career in banditry, in criminal activity, and it's just not very good at all. It's true disrespect to everything we've done for them. So we are sending in a second army. Beautiful here. Let's hope that they can get a few kills as well, because I know these bandits are going to try to force a retreat. They have very typical hit-and-run tactics. There we go, slamming into them with those spears. Killed a few of them already, and I think here we might be able to completely rout this group of bandits. It's actually quite a large group. Usually they don't have more than one unit. This one had 2, or maybe even 3. But you can see the battle continues, so these guys were not messing around. This was a serious group of enemy troops. Come on, we should be focusing on the enemy, not on our own people. Oh, one noble down. The fight continues. There's some bandits running away. Here we go, once again. Yes, we've got them on the run, guys. Excellent. And maybe one more hit? Oh, that would be hilarious. No, it looks like they're going to get away from that final unit. Fair enough, though. Our guys go back to their area. And incredibly, that bandit clan is still there. Now, I don't want this huge army, although it's pretty cool. I don't think we really need it. We could, of course, consolidate it and go out on a serious war. But we don't even have a leader to lead this army, so I'm going to be sending a few of these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to B, and these 3 over here can keep chasing the bandits. We've also got our general arriving at Chengdu, Wei Yi. Now, he's not our faction leader, but he is our faction heir, so we must have respect for this man, and we must, of course, try and provide him with what he needs. So the bazaar is almost built here. I think it's also time. Somebody mentioned getting those walls up. That's not a bad idea, especially not in our capital city. So let's go to our capital here, and let's get some defenses up. It's 750 for the wooden palisade, but I think it's worth it. And pretty soon here, we can even expand the city, make a larger city, and just be the absolute center of at least this part of China for now. So let's go ahead and end the turn, guys. And I want to see what's going to happen with these bandits. It looks like they're going to attack B again, sure enough. And man, they are definitely, they don't want to give up by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. Come on, men. We've got them in the water at this point. We should have the advantage big time. And there we go, the enemy is running, and hopefully this time for good. Usually if they have no will to fight anymore, they will disperse into the countryside and their life of banditry is over, at least for now. We're going to fast forward there. It looks like they might be continuing, and that means that this group, their fight's not over. The good news is every time we have a fight and win it, we're gaining some experience for the members of this particular group, in this case led by the peasant long spearman and the noble axeman. But nope, there we go. They've dispersed. So that's one bandit camp gone. We've almost got this army back in B. We're going to get this army back in Manju. And as you can see now, we have all these areas fairly well defended. Now let's make sure that our spearman, our lone spearman here, is continuing forward. We need him to find new ground, new territory. And in the meantime, we'll check up on our farms. Make sure that everything is being built here. Every single farm is important, guys, as you can imagine, especially after being ravaged by bandits there. They've burned a few down, and it's absolutely our job to get these things back up and operational for the people. Let's go over here. Wow, lots of farms here to be built. Also, the changing of the seasons is another issue. Let's take a look over here at our other city. And this one is close to our vassals, the Ba. And it's going to be at the city of Yisheng. So let's go to Yisheng, and it looks like the farms are doing pretty well here. We will eventually build some stuff over here, maybe even some more military stuff, but right now the coin's rolling in, and I want to keep it that way. So we do have a tech warning. Let's take a look and see what we're missing. We're missing some thought technology, oracle bones. Authority is always good, and increasing the chi, I'm not sure what exactly the chi will do, but I think authority is extremely important here. We're going to go for Priest King, and the reason I'm doing this is because we've had some issues with the nobles. We don't want to have any more in the future. And hot cold theory. Okay, good health depends on maintaining the internal chi balance between the major organs. 10% of casualties suffered in a victorious battle are healed. It reduces effects of disease outbreak. That's pretty good. We also have the astronomy thing, which will allow eclipses and comets to prevent any adverse effects. A lot of times the people will get scared of them. Let's admit it. This is almost primitive times and the 5 elements. I think I'm going to go for the hot cold theory. I think that's going to be the most important right now, and we shall end the turn and allow our men to get back to their prospective towns and villages. Don't become a bandit, become a friend of the Shu Empire. We are the best, or very close to it anyway. And don't forget, if you enjoy the series, guys, do everything you can to support it. We really need that that constant support with this series, that constant feedback, and, of course, the sharing of the playlists to get this out and get it known around the area, as it were. So actually, I'm going to go to Chengdu, and I think it's time to have another city, and this one is a good example, another city here that is also quite important, and I think the palace is going to allow that. It's not only the place for the lord of the house to live, but it's an administrative center for the settlement. So we're going to get hopefully a palace going up here in Chengdu. Of course, it costs some money, but I think it's absolutely worth it. And we'll get these units to head to Manju as the rest of these guys just keep on making money. Eventually, we could start building some more units, or actually buildings in B, and there's some here that are pretty affordable. I'm thinking we want to focus on maybe getting some military buildings pretty soon here. Right now, no more space for buildings, so it might be time to focus on increasing, guys, the settlement upgrade here. Increases the number of buildings that may be constructed and increases the population. This would be our first big city, or at least fairly large city, so I think it's definitely something we should work towards. Let's take a look at the stack without orders. Glorious spearmen, keep coming this way. At least we can discover what's over here, near our capitals. Near our cities, I should say. Okay, we're going to keep moving. And so far, the cities seem pretty calm. I'm just taking a look at the sort of screen we have here of the known areas, at least. And I might even send out another unit here just to go and check out what's going on. So I think I'm going to go to Chengdu province. I'm going to actually get one of the peasant spearman units. And we're basically going to use him as a guinea pig. More like an explorer guinea pig, to go ahead and send him out into this treacherous territory and find out what there is. A lot of the times there's also things like bandits in the woods, so we want to be careful. We might also want to get a settler going here in Yisheng province, and start building a settlement near that fish and wine, or fish and mulberries, excuse me. I think that's going to be pretty useful, so let's see if we can't do that. Let's get a settler going. 500 gold, it is expensive, but I think it's absolutely worth it. So let's jump here in Yisheng. Let's get our settler unit, and we're headed right there. I'm hoping that that's going to be a safe area, and of course we shall end the turn. As long as we don't get stopped by bandits or anything else like that, I think we should be okay. And what's this? A lot of red coming from the Chu area. They might be getting attacked, or maybe they're starting a war with us. I'm not really sure, but that red is definitely concerning. Usually doesn't mean anything good. Now the cool thing is, and I love about this game, how when the improvements are created, you can actually start to see them. You know, when we first got the palace up, we could see it perfectly, and now that we've got the actual wooden walls up, we can see them perfectly as well. And you could imagine that these walls would provide pretty good defenses for a settlement in this time period, especially against bandits, you know, maybe just roving brigands, things like this. This is definitely a useful situation. So we're going to keep on moving. I'm going to also move with my settler unit. And I'm going to move into this area with this unit. We might merge those guys together eventually. And let's see if that settler can't get there a little faster. End the turn. Of course, we've got a tech warning, so let's see what we're missing. And this is warfare tech, guys. The brick face walls would do pretty well. The signaling will allow us to construct some barracks, which I think is very important. And now we've got to go to craft here. And for craft, it looks like we need to wait a bit, because we've done everything in terms of craft. So we might need to wait until we unlock the Warring States period. And I think we have to issue an edict to unlock the Warring States period. So let's do it, guys. We're going to issue the edict here. The Grand Commandant. Gentlemen ride chariots. Well, we're going to issue these edicts first. And then, of course, hopefully we can build the Warring States area. I think it's coming up, actually. I think I just saw it. So for this, we need... Okay, 1,000 gold. Pretty awesome, guys. We need to buy ourselves in to the Warring States period. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be worth it, I think. And this is going to be an interesting change to the gameplay. Of course, a lot of things are going to change. Certainly a lot more wars, a lot better trained warriors, more population, of course. Everything is going to increase here, including probably the difficulty of the game. But as I'm looking at the map right now, we do look like one of the toughest empires in our general area here. So I'm hoping that that's going to really help us do well. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series. So like I said, if you are, make sure to support it by hitting that like button. And we're going to try to get this unit as close as possible to that mulberry bush and to the fish over here, so that we can get those very important technologies and increase our tiny, tiny kingdom, which will eventually, hopefully, be the Empire of China. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care. Have a glorious, glorious day, and glory to the Shu Empire.